the last thing I wanted to mention, and obviously I can't go through a show without mentioning Nate Diaz. But he's basically come out and said that he's one fight left on a contract. He's going to retire out of the fight game after this, and he wants Poirier. Poirier's also put it out that the only thing that excites him is Nate Diaz. So what's the holdup? I don't understand. What do you think is going on there? Do you think it's the UFC trying to be like, you need to re-sign before we give you that fight?
Yeah, I think it might be like the kind of Francis situation, where the UFC want to tie Diaz down for another fight or something. Because I think in the back of their mind, the UFC will be absolutely gutted if they don't get the trilogy with Conor. So I think they need to try and tie that fight down. And that might be the reason why the fight's not happening. To be honest, yeah, like I know you love Nate, but I think Dustin's the one that would sign that contract first. He'd be like, yeah, whatever, like I'll fight him. Because coming into that, I think Dustin would be a massive favorite as well.
See, the thing is that I was thinking about this and I'm thinking, I don't want Diaz to retire as a Diaz fan, but there's no other fights for him now. He's not going for titles. He's not doing any of that. It's just big money fights. So you got, okay, the Poirier fight's good, and the Conor trilogy, but that's it. There's no other fights for him. So I don't want to see him stick around and fight like people like Leon Edwards in the top 3, and then like just lose his, just maybe get knocked out once and lose his whole thing about I've never been finished and being durable. I don't want to see him stick around for that. So I feel like this is the right time. As a Diaz fan, it's like he's done enough. And I feel like himself, he's trying to bring up these like his Nick Maximovs and his Chris Avilas. He's trying to put them on now and focus on them. So but I think he's due one last war with Poirier and then forget it, sail off into the sunset. He's done enough.
I think the Poirier fight. Yeah, I think the Poirier fight would be really good. If Ferguson moved up to 170, that would be a good fight. Conor trilogy, good fight. They're the three potential fights I can see for him. I don't want him to fight one of these young, hungry upcomers, man. Because at one point they were talking about throwing. First, it was like, oh, Nate can fight Hamzat. And then it was like, oh, Nick can fight Hamzat. And I was thinking, please, can you imagine what would have happened if Nick Diaz fought Hamzat? Fucking, it would have been a one-punch knockout. Like, honestly, I think it would have been, man. So I don't think anyone wants to see that, man. Like, obviously, the Diaz has got a special legacy. I think even Nick coming back, like, it wasn't the best thing, but he needed the money or whatever, like, so he done it. But I think, man, let Nate get a nice fight, ride off into the sunset, UFC legend, and that's it, man.
Yeah. The thing is, Nate's been around since he joined the UFC when he's 20. He's put in like 16 years work. He's done well. Yeah, and I think that's it. So let's hope the UFC gets it done soon. I think they're aiming for summer.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think Dustin will probably want it earlier, but I don't think it happens earlier. But like if they can get it for like June, that'd be perfect, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. I don't know if you have any other points.